Hello. I'm so glad you are here. In this space, where life's hurried pace gently slows down. Where we can sit together, quietly, and truly listen to ourselves. If this is your first time visiting Heart of Calm, I am deeply grateful. And if these moments bring you comfort and connection, please don't hesitate to subscribe, so that whenever you need a place to return to, this space will always be here, ready to welcome you home. Sometimes, in the rush of life, we forget that we, too, need care and attention. Perhaps on quiet mornings, when you stand before the mirror and notice something has changed. The once familiar features now seem softer. The skin carries gentle marks of time. Silver strands weave through your hair. And your eyes, deeper now, filled with more stories than before. At times, these changes may make you sigh softly. Is this still me? You wonder, feeling a tender mix of confusion and nostalgia. But then, quietly, something deep within whispers that every mark on your face is a testament to the long journey you have traveled. The smiles you've shared, the tears you've shed, the moments you've lived fully. All of them remain, right here, reflected in you. And today, let us sit together, gently, without judgment, without regret, but simply to love ourselves once again, more tenderly, and more deeply, than ever before. I remember it so clearly. It was just another ordinary morning. I stood quietly in front of the mirror, holding a warm cup of tea. A simple, familiar moment. Yet somehow, it felt different that day. The face looking back at me no longer seemed quite the same. Not because of anything sudden or dramatic, but because time had quietly left its trace. The features were softer. The eyes, though still mine, held stories that had grown deeper and more tender. And in that moment, I found myself wondering, is this still me? Or had I slowly become a new version of myself? That question stayed with me throughout the day. Not as sadness, not as rejection, but simply as a quiet, lingering feeling, as though I was gently reintroducing myself to myself. Perhaps we all will have such a day when we must face the inevitable changes and slowly learn to accept them, not just with our minds, but with our hearts. That is what I hope to share with you today. A journey taken slowly, gently, to understand and to love ourselves once again, in a new and tender way. Change often arrives quietly, without noise, without warning. It gently weaves itself into the days, into moments that once felt familiar. Until one morning, you pause and realize something is different. The face you see no longer is full and radiant as it once was. Soft lines have appeared, almost tender in their presence. The skin feels different now, not as smooth as before. And your eyes, though still yours, carry a deeper, more reflective gaze. These small changes, though subtle, stir something within. Perhaps a little surprise, a quiet sadness passing through, or even moments when acceptance feels distant. You may find yourself wondering, have I grown older? Is this still me, the person who once felt so vibrant and full of life? These feelings are real, and they are completely natural. Because deep inside, we all wish to hold on to the beautiful image we once knew. Yet, in that very moment, you are given a choice: to turn away, or to softly welcome yourself, as you are now, with all the gentle changes that life brings. There is a gentle truth we sometimes forget. That change, after all, is a natural part of life. None of us can hold on to yesterday's image forever. Each passing day, we continue to live, to love, and to learn. And quietly, these moments leave tender marks on our bodies and souls. The fine lines near your eyes, they are not simply signs of age. They are proof of countless radiant smiles you have shared. Moments when laughter came easily, and moments when you smiled through tears, when life felt heavy. The silver strands in your hair, they are not a reason for sadness. They reflect the nights you stayed awake, worrying for your loved ones. The days you stood strong through life's storms. They are witnesses to your quiet strength and patience, often unnoticed by even yourself. Your skin no longer is smooth as before. Yet, it has felt the warmth of countless embraces. It has been kissed by soft breezes and touched by gentle sunlight on peaceful afternoons. When you begin to see this way, each change no longer feels frightening or sorrowful. Instead, they become tender pages in the diary of your life. Stories lovingly written, moment by moment, by you. And in those moments, instead of judging or resisting, you can choose to sit quietly, to open your heart softly, and welcome yourself, just as you are now. Like an old friend returning after a long journey. A friend who has loved, endured, and grown through every season. And now, whose very presence is enough. Enough to be loved. And enough to smile gently at yourself, once more. When you finally embrace the changes, a new door quietly opens. It is the beginning of reconnecting with yourself, in a way deeper than ever before. It is no longer just about treating your body kindly out of habit. It is about listening. Truly listening to every feeling within. Moments of exhaustion. Moments of loneliness. Moments you may have overlooked while being busy or trying to stay strong. It is about sitting down quietly, placing your hand gently over your heart, and softly asking, "How am I really, today?" Without judgment, without comparison, simply to be honest and to understand. You begin to realize, you do not need to be happy all the time. You do not need to be perfect or achieve everything. You only need to be present, and to accept yourself, with every shade of who you are. The tender, the strong, the sweet, and even the vulnerable parts. That is when you truly begin to love yourself. Not because you are young or flawless, but because you are worthy of love, exactly as you are, in every form and stage of life. As you come home to yourself, the world begins to feel softer too. You start giving yourself permission to slow down, to speak kindly to yourself, and to know, deep in your heart, that just waking up and being who you are is already enough reason to feel grateful and to smile. When you begin to truly accept and love yourself, something beautiful quietly unfolds. Peace no longer feels distant. It gently becomes part of your everyday life. You start to notice the little things around you suddenly feel more precious. Moments like closing your eyes and taking a deep breath in the morning. The soft songs of birds outside your window. The warmth of a cup of tea you made just for yourself. There is no longer pressure to become something more. No more chasing after lost time or clinging to what used to be. You accept yourself, right here and right now. And in this very moment, you are enough. From that sense of enoughness, a new version of you begins to bloom. One that no longer follows the world's standards or expectations, but lives fully with what you have. Gently, deeply, peacefully. You begin to see each passing day, no matter how quiet or simple, is a gift. And by appreciating these little moments, you are living as the truest and most beautiful version of yourself. This journey is not about being perfect. It is about waking up each morning, smiling softly at yourself, and saying quietly, I am here, I am living, and I am grateful for this moment. And just like that, today's journey gently comes to an end. A journey that was not rushed, not loud, but quiet, slow, and tender. Thank you for being here. Thank you for choosing to stay, to listen, and to connect more deeply with yourself. Our appearance may change with time, but what lives in your heart will always remain. True beauty is not about what others see. It is about how you embrace and love yourself, day by day. Always remember this. No matter your age, no matter how much life shifts and turns, you are always worthy of love. You are always enough. And here at Heart of Calm, this space will always be ready to welcome you back, whenever you need a place to return to. If today's words resonated with you, I invite you to subscribe and become part of this gentle community. Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments below. Together, let us continue this journey of healing and self-love, one day at a time. Until next time, I look forward to seeing you again, in the next video, where gentle moments will always be waiting for you.